That's oil. Should we leave this? Yeah, this will allow more air to get in the motor. A few weeks ago, I just picked up this BMW, and I only have one goal with this thing. I'm gonna make this a supercar killer sedan. It's got some problems, a lot of problems. It leaks a lot of oil, but this is gonna be the biggest budget performance build we've ever done. It only has 113,000 miles, which those are rookie numbers, so we have plenty of room to grow. Let's check out under the hood. All right, there it is. This is a 2015 BMW 335i. That's got a straight six with a big old turbocharger on it.
The best part about this build is we're gonna do it for under 10 grand. Honestly, right now, we might be able to get this thing to 500 horsepower under 9 grand. And hopefully it doesn't blow up on us, but I think it's gonna be great.
Enough about that stuff. Now, I've already spared you the boring task of all the cosmetic crap that you get on these cars. So I've already upgraded and changed these used Craigslist $200 wheels and tires that I think look a lot better than stock, which are right here. And a few other things I've already done. This trim was all chrome. No new car should ever have chrome. That's a bad thing. Basically completely blacked out. And this faded spoiler, this was already on here, but we're just gonna leave it, you know, because arrow. All right, as far as interior, it's pretty nice, but there are a few things that are wrong. Take, for instance, this big old crack in the windshield, which I will not be replacing because it costs way too much money. And this window, when it rains, leaks into the interior like fucking crazy. But other than that, 7,500 bucks, I think it was a steal. Only 113,000 miles. Oh, and it also has one of these things, which sucks. All right, guys. Next mod we're doing to the supercar killer BMW is, we've got this cutout. You might be saying to yourself, why didn't you get an axle back? Well, this is gonna be a sleeper build. I don't want people knowing how much, you know, power we got. So this is gonna allow me to go from mild to wild real fast while maintaining that sleeper-esque build. So let's do this. All right, I installed the cutout, routed the wire. Now I should install this wireless box so we can use the remote. So let's do that real quick. 2 connections. 1, and you ready? Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let's see if it works. Okay, I got my handy dandy red key, and I'm gonna open this and let's see if it works. First time. Oh yeah. I can't see anything. Is it opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this on Facebook Marketplace used, so that's why it looks so gross. All right, let's go hear what it sounds like. All right, first mod right here, $100 eBay used air intake. That is gonna suit this real nicely. You'll be able to hear those turbo noises too. All right, I take this out to do the trick. Okay, well, there's the old one. It's got oil all over it, but otherwise pretty clean, pretty clean. All right, now I'll put, oh, look at this big old thing. Well, we need that. All right, we cleaned it and reinstalled the mass airflow, and it's all good to go. Let's put her in. All right, just got to do a few more connections and we're good to go.
Okay, it's in. Start it up.
Let's hear what this bad boy sounds like.
Oh, wow. That's quiet.
Nothing yet. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
See that turbo, man. That's literally the turbo from GTA. All right, we just pulled this big old cat out of the car. Restrictive cat. Took the O2 sensors out. We plugged them up. This will go in the storage bin for now. But let's install that catless downpipe. All right, we just got the new V-band clips aligned for the new downpipe, catless downpipe. And once we tighten these bad boys, we can turn the car on and get the tune, a stage 2 tune going. And this thing's gonna be loud. Now that that thing's in, let's do these O2 sensors real quick.
Now that we finally got the downpipe in, it took a lot longer than it should have, but that's what happens when you do it on ramps. But Lenny's connecting the O2 sensors, and then we're gonna start this thing up.
Here's the brand used intercooler that I just finished installing. Pretty boring stuff, but this will allow more air in, get cooled, more power, something like that. All right, ready to test it? Fire it up?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Should we leave this? Extra suspension. Yeah, this will allow more air to get in the motor. It's a splitter.
It's an air dam.
Let's shove this in here. There we go.
Sometime later.
All right, so next up is we got to tune the BMW so we can actually benefit from all those performance mods. But first, got to move the Jag. First thing we gotta do is put the car on the trickle charger. Okay, so we're just gonna hook this up just so that way when I'm tuning, if your car battery dies, you like fry the ECU, so preventative measure. Okay, we heard the click. Let's get the computer hacking. All right, we got our wire hooked up to our OBD2. Let's plug this bad boy in and get, oh, I need to get the converter piece. 1 second. Forgot computers nowadays. You need these special stupid adapters. Okay, we can now tune the car. Okay, so first things we gotta do is we gotta pull up the map. I'm using boot mode. I don't know how you pronounce it. Okay, I've loaded it in. So these are my current maps that I have available for the BMW. I think we're gonna go with stage 2 91 octane. But we could do what's called the M2 tune. I don't know, I think that's just the tune they import from the M2 because it's a similar motor. So we click on stage 2 91 octane. It's already downloaded. Let's fucking do this. So ignition is on, trickle charger's plugged in, computer's plugged in. You gotta click the big red button. And now we wait. Drivetrain malfunction, chassis stabilization error. This is all part of the plan. You gotta trust the process. 1% completed. So if my computer dies or the car dies during this process, pretty sure I have to like buy a new ECU for the car. So let's hope that doesn't happen. It's almost done flashing. This is an off-the-shelf tune. That's what they call it. This is not like someone sending me an email. What are you laughing about?
It's just your face.
Stop. Finishing up. Some error codes, some nice little bells and whistles. We gotta get like the green thumbs up here. Oh, green check. All right, there we go. Stage 2 on. And this is gonna work great with my current setup. I have full bolt-ons. You know, we got the intercooler, we got the charge pipe, we got the downpipe, you know, with the air intake, we got the tune now. That's gonna give us like maximum performance without like changing the turbo out. So I say we get this thing on the road and let's test it out. All right, so before we start this thing up and go test it out, I do have to address something that you're gonna see. In the beginning of the video, you saw that I had these wheels on the car and I said I didn't wanna bore you with all the cosmetics. Well, since then, I hit a massive black rod on the freeway that essentially cracked and broke my rear rim. So right now I'm running stock wheels on the rear, modified on the front. And the other side looks just as stupid. I'm gonna go test this thing out. All right, here's a semi-cold start. It's kind of quiet, but just wait until we drive. Oh no! What is this? That's oil. Okay, we gotta put it up and see why it's leaking. You wanna try it?
I'm good.
Okay, so it appears that I'm leaking oil now in the Beamer. Big surprise, right? Let me turn on the car and see. There's no dipstick in these stupid things. Yep. Just as I suspected. Engine oil at minimum level, add 1 quart of oil. Yeah, this isn't good. Let's put it up on ramps, get the underbelly panel off, and let's take a look and do some investigating. Right as I was about to take it out too. All right, I took all the bolts out. Here's the underbelly panel of the car. So now we'll have full access to see what's wet and what's dripping. I already saw a few drips while I was down there, so let's get down there and do some investigating. Oh boy, holy shit. Wow, there's a lot of things that are wet down here. So for starters, can you see this? For starters, the whole bottom of the intercooler, it does, you know, it's caked in oil, and if I look up, the bottom of the oil filter housing is pretty wet too. So, you know, that's a quick gasket. That's probably an afternoon change, but it's also wet by my downpipe. Those are 2 very different locations, so it might be leaking from the valve cover. I don't know. Let me get in there more and do some more investigating. So that was on the downpipe. So the downpipe doesn't look terribly wet, just in one part. Yeah, I think the biggest leak, I hope it's not leaking on my nice white shirt. Looks like the biggest leak is probably gonna be the oil filter housing. So hopefully in a future episode, we'll be changing that out. But for the time being, we have to be very careful. Yeah, look, all these hoses are just coated in oil. This sucks. This is what you get when you buy a $7,500 Beamer. So this oil filter housing right here, it's a pretty common leak on these cars. That looks like it definitely is sweating. And that is a pretty bad one because it can leak down on the serpentine belt and cause it to fly off, which causes all sorts of problems. So That one I will be ordering a kit for. As far as all the other leaks, the valve cover leak, honestly, it's not too bad. I think I may just leave it because it's a big job and it's kind of pricey. And coming from American cars, I like metal valve covers. And of course, BMWs, the Germans use plastic ones, which crack and warp, and I might just leave it. Okay, so I just pulled the old filter out. What I like about German cars, which I don't say very often, is that the filter's exposed. So you can kind of look inside of it without dissecting, you know, an American filter. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any metal. It smells fine. First O-ring. Oh. And then here's the second O-ring. Ow, fuck, I just stabbed myself. There we go. Oh man, this thing is chewed up. Take my insanely dirty rag with leaves stuck into it. I'll just kind of clean this. Okay, first O-ring going back on. Boom. Okay, O-ring is there. And then we'll do the top O-ring. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's snug enough. The weirdest caps on this thing, dude. What is this, an orange juice bottle? Eats me. All right, BMW. Drink up. Oh, fuck. Just got it everywhere. Nice. This is gonna take an astronomical amount of time. Okay, so tell me if this makes any sense. My car is cold, I just did an oil change. It says that I can't measure my oil level until the engine is warm. So you're telling me if I put in the wrong amount of oil, I won't know until my engine's hot and it's destroyed everything? What is wrong with BMW? It makes no sense. I guess I'm just gonna have to trust that I put in enough oil. It's bullshit. Okay, so we got the oil leaks figured out. I'm gonna work on those as soon as possible. We changed the oil in the car. We are ready to take out my $7,500 BMW that should be just shy of 500 horsepower with these bolt-ons and this tune configuration. We're still under the $10,000 mark with all the mods. You know, there's nothing wrong with Facebook Marketplace and buying used parts. So that's what we did on this build. Let's start it up. Let's take it out for a spin. And I know it looks stupid with the mismatched wheels. I'm working on it, all right? I'm thinking I might get bronze wheels next.
I'm an American V8 guy, so it sounds like shit to me.
Hey, I like V8s too. Let's go sweep up some Hellcats. I think the next step is we say fuck the $10,000 and we put a big ass turbo on this thing until it blows up.
I second that.
I mean, it's already leaking oil. Holy shit. Oh man. Luckily we're in Mexico and we're not showing the gauges on camera, right? Okay, so we're good. Look at this fucking schmuck. Gold BMW. Who does he think he is? Alright guys, well there you have it. The build is done. And I think next thing is we gotta take it to the Irwindale drag strip. That's where we could really put it to the test, really get some official times to see, you know, how well the build is doing. I don't know if next I want to do a big turbo or maybe just, you know, do some more cosmetics, get some different front bumpers. I kind of like it that it's a little bit more low key. It's more of a sleeper build. But who knows, maybe I'll get an M2 conversion bumper. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned.